I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when I click record to start filming and someone immediately starts doing something crazy noisy in the house, like vacuuming, or like a really noisy car drives past, or like construction immediately starts, or a plane flies over. Like it'll be dead quiet. As soon as I hit record, noise, and it's just like, bruh, really? But Anyway, so I'm a massive gearhead, right? And today I have some new wheels. They are the BOA Hatchlings. They are 90 millimeters tall, 60 millimeters wide, and they have a durometer of 76A. So they're pretty soft, and they're in BOA's Hemotox formula. And I bought these wheels primarily for LDP, which is long distance pushing, on longboards and skateboards, which I'm also very big into. I love pushing on my board, going long distances, going on treks, and I love racing. And speaking of racing, these wheels caught my eye because they actually won the Broadway Bomb race back in October. And not only did they win, but they came first, second, third, and fourth. Like a crazy sweep, first 4 spots. Nobody beat these wheels last year. Clearly they're doing something right, and they're big boys. Like currently I'm riding 85s on my push setup, and I want to eventually get up to bigger wheels, but for that I need a bigger board. But these can hopefully fit on my board, so they should be good. The reason being that I want bigger wheels is because I live in New York. Let me just say, New York isn't known for its, smooth, nice pavement and roads. Our roads are rough. Lots of cracks, potholes, imperfections. After winter, the roads are awful. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, so big wheels kind of reign supreme here. Like, you see a lot of LDPs in like other parts of the world, in like Europe and like the South and like places like Colorado that like swear by 85s. You can't swear by 85s in New York. There's a reason we ride 100s. There's a reason we ride 90s. Like, it's kind of like 85 is small for pushing here. I know guys that ride wheels as big as 107s. The 107s are very popular here. There's a reason for it. We need big wheels. And I like that more companies have started making bigger wheels for LDP, long distance pushing and races. And especially because a lot of races started coming back that had kind of fallen away years ago. There's a lot more events to go to, and I can really test out my speed. All right, let's open these up. Okay, so I've opened them up, and these wheels are huge. They're really big. They're pretty grippy. Straight out of the box, they grip to each other pretty well. Like, that's kind of crazy. And they bounce really well, which shows they probably have a lot of rebound, which I'm really excited for because I love high rebound wheels, and they're just, for my style of riding and the way I push, I like high rebound wheels. Yeah, let's set them up on my board. Okay, so I finally set up my push board. This is the Drop Beast or Drop Freeride 41 by Original Skateboards. Now I have the 90mm hatchlings from BOA on there. I just had the 85 Kagwamas from Orangutan. I love these wheels. These are 80A. They bounce really well. They are fast wheels. I love these wheels. I've had 2 sets of them. I had the 77As and now I have the 80As. This wheel is the wheel I got fast on, quite frankly. This is the wheel I got fast on. This is the wheel that I unlocked my pushing speed on. And quite frankly, I will always be fond of this wheel. And even though I have these, I'm still gonna ride this wheel. This wheel is amazing. But I'm glad to finally try out the boas and see how these are. They have very similar cores. Only thing is, this is obviously 85 millimeters 80A. This is 90 millimeters 76A. So this is softer. But I've heard the urethane from boa is very good. And I'm very picky about my urethane, so I'm excited. So yeah, let's go test it out. Boom! The boa hatchlings are honestly so much fun to skate. They're honestly just so enjoyable to push on. So despite being bigger wheels, in terms of acceleration, they accelerate very, very quickly to get up to top speed. And one of the biggest features of this wheel is that it has a very high top speed. That's the plus of having bigger wheels, like 90 millimeter plus wheels. They have a high top speed. And this wheel not only gets up to speed fast, has a very high top speed, it also maintains that top speed and does not require as much effort for you to maintain that speed. It keeps its momentum very well. I think the thing I like the most about this wheel is, like, outside of the speed and everything, is the rebound. Rebound is essentially energy in to energy out, meaning if you put a lot of energy in, a high rebound wheel is gonna put a lot of energy back out. But if you put a low rebound wheel, if you put a lot of energy in, it's only gonna put a little bit of that energy out. So you're losing a lot of energy, and that matters a lot in terms of pushing, because you're not on an e-board, you don't have a motor, you're not down a hill, you don't have gravity working for you. You're putting all the energy that's gonna make your wheel roll. So you want as much of that energy being returned to you. That's what rebound is. This is very high rebound. And with that very high rebound, the energy you're putting into the wheel is very close to the energy you're getting out of it. So you're not wasting any effort, strength, or speed. At 90 millimeters tall, 60 millimeters wide, and a 76A durometer, this wheel is really big, really wide, and real soft and gushy. It absorbs a lot of road vibrations. This is probably my smoothest wheel to ride right now. It is honestly a breeze on rough roads. I've even gone off-roading on this just for shits and giggles. I was just seeing if I could. I went on a trail and rode pretty okay down that trail. Despite the size, these wheels are surprisingly light, probably due to the really big core. It means that most of the wheel isn't urethane, so it saves a lot on weight, and this makes it really easy to push. Think about it. If the wheel is really heavy, it's not gonna be as easy to push. Because it's lighter, you save a lot of energy pushing the wheel. This was very easy to get used to, even though I'm adding 5 millimeters for my 85s. They're really light, so it wasn't that much of a jump to go up to 90. And one thing I noticed when switching from my drop piece to my supersonic was that these wheels instantly became easier to push and much, much faster. The deeper drop in the supersonic put me more level with the wheel rather than like on top of it like I was on the drop beast, and allowed me to dig in more when I was pushing, if that makes sense. And because of that, it felt like I was able to output way more power for my pushing legs. The one downside I had with this wheel, because there was no other downsides, was honestly the grip. It felt slightly lacking in that department, but I have heard that once the skin is gone and like once you've really broken the wheel in, the grip is amazing. You have to kind of get through that first layer and really skate the wheel a lot, and maybe even slide it a couple times just to really rub that skin off. But I haven't slid them that much yet, so I guess I'll have to wait and see and update you guys when I do, and I'll let you know how the grip ends up. And one thing I was really impressed about with these wheels, despite the fact that they're a softer durometer at 76A, and softer wheels tend to, you know, break apart and chunk and crack and all this depending on the formula, but these wheels, I don't know what they're putting in this Hematox formula, but it's so durable. These wheels do not want to fall apart. They stay together, and that's amazing because you're spending $80+ for a set of wheels. You don't want to destroy that wheel in 2 months. You want that wheel to last. You're riding miles and miles and miles on these wheels. You want it to last those miles. That's a very good return on investment in terms of financially. You're getting your bang for your buck. Overall, it's a phenomenal wheel, and I can't recommend it enough. The only con I had was grip, and the more I ride it and break in the wheel, the better the grip's gonna get. I know boa actually just released an updated version of the wheel, the V3, which has a wider contact patch, so the grip will improve. And it comes in 2 durometers now, 76A again for racing and speed, and it also comes in 74A, which is really, really soft, and it's just for all-around comfort. If you have a lot of rough roads, or you just want a soft ride, a smooth ride, maybe you're not necessarily focused on racing, you just want to push a lot, and you want to be comfortable. You know, I have these right now. I just got these this year. Maybe I'll try out the V3s in the future. We never know. But if you want to send me a set, we can talk. I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you give it a like, give me a comment. And if you like what you see here in this channel, you should definitely subscribe for more content.
And I really got no niche.
Oh, and before I go, if you want to see me actually race these wheels and compete on them, you should definitely check out my 2 raw runs on my channel right now. The Broad Street Bomb in Philly and the Central Park Race in New York. Go check those raw runs out. They're POVs. Great races, both of them. Go check those out. Okay, I'll catch y'all next week for another video. Deuces.
And I really got no niche. Roll with me on a Sunday. Between hazy, I would just lay on sheets, turn with me.